Okie dokie, time for podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Deep Fried Dice. We're back here with Among Us, and I think that we're just gonna get started. This is part 3 of the first episode. Where we left off is our characters, Walt and Wes, had just visited a psychic who they saw in the notes of a investigator, Clint Williams. And while there, they witnessed both the death of the psychic as well as found the body of Yonder, the alien who was meant to be their partner.
And so that's where we are right now? We're just standing in this room with a corpse?
Yep.
Fun times. But 2 corpses. Great.
Yeah, we've doubled the amount of corpses we saw like half an hour ago.
Yep.
Great. That's 3 corpses. Damn.
There's 3 corpses in a day.
Exciting day.
So much death in
shit.
1947.
So one of us should probably check the body. How did can we tell how
I'm
he
already
died?
there. I'm already there at Yonder's body because I remember I was checking his pulse.
That's right. Right.
So
And
I
was
guess I'll
with
do the searchy search in his sweet bod.
Yonder lays there.
Don't say it like that.
I'm gonna refer to it as sweet pod for the rest of this, Elliot, and you cannot stop me.
Jesus.
Yonder lays there in his suit. He seems to be a little beaten up, bruised, as far as you can tell with an alien body anyway. And well, why don't you go ahead and make a medicine roll?
Oh, okay. That's my D4, and what my value?
Truth,
which is a D10. Now I have to figure out which one's the D-10. It's this one. Okay. Will anything else be applied? Like,
well, you tell me.
Maybe private investigator? I don't know. Or could I apply my asset on the trail?
You can definitely apply that.
Okay.
You can definitely apply your asset, which is a D6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll let you apply a private investigator if you'd like.
Okay. Oh, I need my D8. Okay. So, once again, on the tradition of this podcast, I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oh my god.
But my 2 highest rolls are 8 and 9.
Those dice in the garbage when you get new ones.
8 and 9. Okay. That definitely exceeds my roll. But I also rolled a 1.
What does that mean?
Means we get something good.
What good thing do we get?
Alright, so when I roll a 1, that's what's called an opportunity. And you can take a chance to spend a plot point to reduce any complication by a step. But right now you guys don't have any complications.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, you could have used this one to actually eliminate your gunshot wound complication.
Yeah, but instead you had to go seek medical care, you big
Which led to all of this.
I hate
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Or you can create a new D6 asset or improve an existing asset.
Ooh.
Right now there aren't any assets really in play that could be improved because your asset that came from your trigger it's not the same kind of asset. That one only improves from its own use.
Okay.
But you can create a new asset.
The death of Yonder.
Yeah, but you guys have to spend a plot point to create that.
Well,
But you gained a plot point for rolling a 1.
Yeah, I have many plot points. I currently have 4, and I've used 2 already. So I think I will, because I just have them in plenty, because I keep rolling fucking 1s.
Or you can use the plot point to cancel out. You can spend the opportunity plot point to cancel out the complication I'm going to make for you.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to do that, thank you very much. I don't want any
Okay.
more of your... I don't want any more of this.
So, basically, our 1s canceled each other out, except I still got a point in the conspiracy pool.
Yes. Alright.
But you didn't get a complication.
Thank God. Alright, I've taken out that plot point.
Looking over Yonder, you can tell that he died. He got kind of like battered, beaten up. It looks like he was actually beaten.
Ooh.
Not it doesn't look like he died from, like, say, an aneurysm like Madame Caroline did.
Poor Yonder.
Or and it doesn't bring to mind any of the paperwork that you guys were given about the individuals who died at the manor, which was, like, very little information. Not enough to really help you guys.
Yeah, shit.
And so what were you looking at, Elliot?
I guess, what's her name? Madame Caroline and the necklace? I don't know if I can discern anything from her or the necklace.
You steal it.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely taking the necklace. I guess I want to know how the fuck it summoned him, but I don't know if I can tell that shit.
Summoned him, okay. Yeah, you can roll for that as well.
Oh boy.
You take the necklace, and you can definitely tell just by looking without any kind of roll. You can tell that it is some kind of tech. You're not sure if it's gray tech or not, but it does bring to mind that.
Okay.
Considering humans don't really have advanced technology.
Right.
It's definitely not of this planet.
Yeah, no.
It stopped glowing, though.
Okay.
Which is good, because
Yeah.
when it was glowing, she died.
Yeah, it was bad.
But we can roll. How about you go ahead and roll interface?
I figured, yeah.
What value would you like to use?
I mean, probably truth.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to, I guess, discern the truth of the matter.
Okay.
I don't think identity would apply to this.
No.
Right, so, interface. That's a D4, so that's great. D8, so.
And then do you have anything else to add?
Oh, I don't really think so, no.
So we'll get more and more used to it, but whenever you guys are rolling anything, you just think about every aspect of your character, every asset that you might be using, and all of that to build your dice pool.
Yeah. Intuitive applies to people, I think, more than anything, so no.
Yeah.
So I got a 2
So I
and a
mean, you
4.
could always, if you want like an extra plot point, you can always use something in a bad way. You know, hard luck is an easy one just to use as a D4 for like extra plot points, you know?
Yeah, I don't know
If
how
you want
hard
to.
luck would apply to this, and it's like, just like, drop it, step on it by accident.
Yeah, no.
So I don't think that applies either.
Just things to keep in mind.
Right. Yeah, but I got a 2 and a 4, so I got 6, which, I mean,
Okay. Even with a D4, Ellie, it's not rolling ones.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you should have gotten the hard luck.
Yeah. No, Elliot, that's just a character trait for me in real life.
Alright, that is a 14, but I did roll another 1, so that's an opportunity.
Okay. And, oh, fuck. I don't know how I would use that for this situation.
Well, you don't have to.
Okay.
You can spend a plot point to create a D6 asset if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I will create a D6 asset.
What is the asset?
Mysterious necklace.
Yeah, weird necklace.
Weird necklace.
Yeah,
Okay.
weird necklace.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
So go ahead and write that down.
Yep.
I think there's a spot I made in your character sheet for assets.
Yeah, there
Yes,
is.
there is.
That's
I'm
a
just
good.
getting my pencil out. Because I'm a professional.
Yep. We all are.
Yes. And I spent a plot point, so now I have 2.
I still have 3, and I have spent 3.
The your opposition was a 14, and you only rolled a 6.
Well, yeah.
As you look at the necklace, you're very unsure of how to do this. You know for a fact that if you brought it back to like a lab up on the flotilla, or like a remote lab down on the planet, although you don't know of anyone around right now, you know that they could probably trace it back to something or know something about it. But right here, right now, without wasting any more time, you have no idea what this is.
Okay. Then I'll just pocket it and hold on to it for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with the body of Yonder?
I don't know. I mean, we could tell she died from, like, an aneurysm, you said?
Something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
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 That's. I mean, I said aneurysm. Yeah.
But like,
Something like that, though.
you know, Yonder isn't gonna pass for the police officers.
No, I mean, I guess, do we have any way to contact the base?
Yeah. You can definitely. You know, you can just go to the payphone. You have your own secret numbers. You can.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Well, okay.
Despite the jokes from before, you don't actually have gray phones.
Yeah, maybe one of us should go.
It's still 1940s. Even though you have a bunch of technology, there's like that's the classic like if this were a television show, it would be the first like that's a plot hole. Why don't they have devices that they can communicate? And it's like the reason is just for aesthetics.
Maybe one of
Well,
us should go.
You should
call.
probably do that. 'Cause,
Okay, and then the other stays here with the bodies. Make sure
Yeah.
no one stumbles in.
yeah.
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 I'm
There's
gonna
only
take
one witness the cat.
Alright, well. Alright.
No, don't kill the cat, Elliot. I will
Alright,
be
I will
staying
go
back
up.
to take photos of the crime scene in question.
All right. Wes is gone for a bit as he walks down the street to make a call. The only thing that you remember her saying is that she found it in the park close by the river.
Yeah, on the riverbed.
And she was talking about the river that's closest to her right now, the Schuylkill River.
Alright, okay, so.
But yes, you contacted them. They have protocols. You guys are basically off the hook.
For this murder,
Yeah, we
anyway,
didn't even meet
Walter.
him.
There's basically the cleanup crew, you know. That's the spin-off to this that we'll have, and it'll be in a Monday slot because it'll be a comedy, you know.
I'm sorry, but I actually love that idea, Anthony.
Honestly, I watched like a documentary / reality show about cleanup clues for crime scenes. Can we just recreate that? Because that was a fucking roller coaster of emotions, that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I call it in.
And now you guys are left with the strange device, a mystery as to why Yonder was here, where he came from even, because you didn't see him when you first came into the room.
Could have
Yeah.
maybe
He
been
just-
cloaked?
He just appeared.
He could have been.
Huh. This is all very strange. I hate to do this to a dead body, but can we check his pockets?
Yonder?
Yeah.
I think that you already did.
I
and
already
okay.
did
you
nothing.
found like his identification, which is why you know that it's him.
Okay. Oh, right.
Since
oh,
you
right,
never
that's
met
right.
him before.
Walt did.
Yeah.
So he has nothing on him to tell why he would be here.
Yeah, nothing on him.
Excellent.
We know for a fact that we know no facts. No.
We don't know anything. Shit.
We don't know anything. Shit. All I have is the address which led to Madame Caroline. The transcripts of Nate Murphy, the fact that it may or may not be alien tech as we know it from the Greys, and
We
that
know she found it on a river.
Well, maybe we should go investigate the riverbed.
That's what I was thinking. I'm glad you agreed.
All right.
And upon consulting a map, you can actually find out fairly quickly that the park she was talking about, that kind of like meets up with the river, is Fairview Park, and that is where the mansion is.
That's very suspicious. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Maybe
don't
we
we go
can
down and
check out
stroll
the
down a
river?
riverbed?
Yeah. Check out the river, and then maybe we can swing by the mansion and just like get a look at it.
Do some peeping Tomin.
Yeah. So let's get to that river.
Wait, is the cleanup clue like already here? Are we just gonna leave these two dead bodies? Like maybe should we...
Oh yeah.
You guys can wait for them if you want.
Yeah.
No, what we could do is we could just like put the like open and close sign and just flip it to closed.
and then you guys
nobody
walk
will
away
come
and
in.
the screen like fades away, does a transition to the next scene. Just
Cut
for
to
you.
the evening news where they talk about alien life that we just left. I vote we wait for the cleanup crew to arrive. Just
It
in
doesn't take
case.
long.
It-
It's a
Yeah,
good,
I
like,
figured.
Oh, okay. It's bad to say we
It's a
lost
good, like,
time
20
about
minutes.
that. I'm gonna never let you down. You fuckers.
It's a good 20 minutes. They get there, take over, and you guys head to the river. Walking down, it's the sun is setting at this point as you approach the river. You can hear it rushing lightly off to the side, and you can see the park up ahead.
So she said she found it along the riverbed.
Yeah. Is it busy?
It's not busy.
Not busy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Walt has his camera out and he's just taking a few shots of the river.
Okay.
Like, you know, how fast the water is going, you know, along the banks, how muddy it is or how littered it is. Maybe a shot of the park from far away. But yeah, he's just doing his thing and taking pictures.
Okay. I'd actually like you to roll
Oh, okay.
as a kind of a passive thing. Go ahead and roll your observe and add your truth as well.
Observe and truth. That's my D10.
And then you can add private investigator if you'd like,
Oh, if I like, okay. That's
as
my
well
other
as
D8.
your investigation. You're on the trail,
On the trail. That is
Asset.
my D6. Okay.
which is a D6, yeah.
Let me write this down because I have to roll the D8 again. I want my D8 for private investigator. I hate.
No.
I hate.
Did you? Oh, Devin!
I hate my life.
Why does this keep happening to you?
How many ones did you roll?
I only rolled 1, but I got 2 7s, so I got 14.
So 14.
That's good.
but-
So that is enough to succeed against me. Let's see. What complication would I like to add to
I hate this.
this? Go ahead and write on your character sheet. You can write D6 complication and write an underscore. I'm going to name it in a bit.
Okay.
And this is from you looking stuff up. Okay, but as you take your camera out and you're taking pictures of the riverbed and just the rushing water, the trees all around, and just the general area of everything, trying to find anything, something catches your eye in the camera lens. And I'd like to remind everybody that this is a special like alien tech camera that kind of like is an easy like it's mimicking our technology right now, but it's like way ahead of 1947 times.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, if anybody forgot. But in the lens of the camera, you see up against the riverbed, you see a few shadowy figures, kind of in the shade of the trees from the setting sun.
Do they look alien-like or human-like? These shadows.
They look human-like, and as you look through your camera, you could have added your camera asset as well. You can always remember to do that
Oh fuck, shit.
because you were actually using it for that roll.
Well, I couldn't get.
You don't have to now because
yeah.
you might roll another one.
Yeah, and I couldn't roll higher than a 7 for that. So yeah, and please stop making me roll.
I'm just saying you can use it to build your dice pool in the future.
Yeah.
Just an extra chance to get another 1.
Yep. But looking ahead, you can see them.
Oh wait, do I get a plot point? Fuck.
Yes, you do.
Alright, I'm gonna add that. Okay.
You see the shadowy figures, and they appear to be talking. And you've seen stuff like this with your background as an informant. You've met with people like this before, but you've also seen this kind of a thing before, and this seems like some kind of a deal going down.
Like a drug deal, or like...
I mean, maybe, but it seems to be, and as you kind of look at it and get closer, you can see that it seems to be a little heated, more than just exchanging information. And you see that there's a few people on one side and against one on the other.
I kind of nudge Wes and kind of point towards the direction of my head. Could he see that far without the use of a camera, or
Wes?
Yeah, or even
I mean,
Wall?
you can see generally the outlines of them.
Okay.
You can definitely see what he's talking about.
Should one of us try to get closer, do you think?
Is it on the other side of the river? Or is it just up ahead?
It's just up ahead. It's on the same side as you guys.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Try casually walking by.
Casually walking by.
Not, like, near enough to hear, but not...
Yeah,
like,
we're just two men on a stroll, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Let's casually...
Casually
walk by.
Yeah. Close enough to hear. Close enough to eavesdrop.
Are you trying to remain unseen in this back part of the park?
I would say Wes is.
And I guess I am too. One of us.
Only one of you has to roll, though.
Okay.
I'll roll.
Yeah,
I don't like doing group rolls. This isn't D&D.
Okay, so...
Go ahead and roll your discretion.
Yeah.
And let's add a value.
Truth.
Oh.
I'd say not truth this time.
Not truth.
We've been using it every single time.
I know. I mean, it is an investigation thing.
Unity,
like we are.
because I'm with Walt?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Unity. Which dice?
Anything else you want
6
to add?
and 2. Oh, I mean, could Grifter count for this? Since maybe I'm used to doing that?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Okay, hell yeah.
Do you
Alright.
have any assets that could...
I don't have assets.
Alright.
Okay, so that's a 6, a 4, and a 2.
A 6, a 4, and a 2?
Yes.
So you have
Okay.
10.
Well... No, 10. No, 12.
6 and a 4.
It's
No,
12.
you only picked the top 2.
Go ahead and name your complication.
Oh, yeah.
Devin, name your complication, Nosy Investigator.
Honestly.
It's a 12. 6 plus 4 plus 2.
No.
But you only add 2
No,
dice
2.
together.
You only had 2, Elliot.
Oh! Sorry, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so it's 10.
It's a 10?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to roll against you, adding Devin's complication
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's a D6.
to the dice pool. I know. I rolled a 10, but I also got a 1.
Ooh,
Okay.
opportunity. Can we get rid?
Can we get rid of the complication?
Wait, you don't have any complications.
You can spend a plot point to reduce to get rid of the complications since it's only a d6.
Wait, can only Elliot do this, or can I?
Whenever an opportunity is rolled, no matter who's involved, any one of you can spend a plot point to take away any complication.
Okay,
Or reduce any complication.
But D6 is like the lowest level for a complication.
Yes.
Right?
So
Yeah.
reducing it from a
Reducing
d6
it
just
from
gets
D6.
rid of it.
Well, I have the plot points to spare, so I'll definitely spend one to get rid of Nosy Investigator. I'm fine with leaving fingerprints for now.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to reach this equilibrium where it's like every plot point you gain from rolling a 1 you're going to spend to get rid of the complication that you get from rolling the 1.
Yeah, well, right now I'm keeping steady at having 3 plot points. It's just I'm just keep spending them.
And your dice roll, Elliot, was it a 12
10.
or a 10?
10.
It was a 10.
Was it 10?
Elliot can't.
Yeah.
It's even, so you... Wow, that's mean. Ties go to you, and that's all I'm going to do for right now. I think there's more to it than that, but we can figure that out later.
Okay.
For you, you manage to keep yourselves quiet as you walk forward, trying to get a little closer, and you start to hear a little bit of what they're talking about. Like I said, there's 3 on one side of them and 1 on the other, and they're talking, and this is definitely something that's becoming more and more heated. The man on the other side, the single man, he says, look, I don't want any trouble. The thing is, I came to you with an opportunity. If you don't want to buy it, that's up to you. And the other ones, listen, I think you're asking a bit too much for something unknown. We don't know what you're talking about. You just find something down on the riverbed and you want to sell it to us? The other guy responds, yeah, but I have it on good authority that there was a crew ready to go up to that house up there and take it all.
Ooh.
They wouldn't do that for no reason. This is worth a lot. If you don't want to pay, that's fine. There are other buyers. And it kind of goes on like that.
What should we do?
We can't bust them, Elliot.
Okay.
You don't even have a gun.
I didn't suggest that.
As you stand there, you hear the guy kind of like puts his hands up as he says, there are other buyers. I'm just gonna take off now. It's clear you don't want to do any business. And he turns around and begins to walk off. And at this point, you see them pull out weapons.
Oh, fuck.
The other 3, one of them in particular, pulls out a pistol and aims it at him. The other 2 weapons at their side as well.
We're about to watch a murder.
We should do something. Oh, I don't know what to do.
He could be an informant. We could torture him or whatever.
What
and
the
then
fuck?
Get some information.
What the fuck?
I forgot the name.
Sorry?
What do you call it? What do you call it? I forgot the name, so I just said torture. What is it called?
That says a lot about you. That's the first word that pops into your head. Interrogate.
Interrogate. That's it. Yes.
That's what you think interrogation is. That's what you
Oh.
go to when you can't think of the word torture.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the examples out there, kids.
What?
I mean, oh my, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to do because I don't have a gun and I don't think Wes is the sort to risk his neck for this at the moment.
Okay.
Well, okay. We could watch 1 murder or 3.
I mean, I don't think this guy is going to turn around and murder them.
No.
I don't think he has that advantage.
Walt has a gun.
Yeah, you have the gun.
I have the gun.
You
Yeah, but what am I gonna do? Fuck. We could.
Shoot
Okay.
them!
Yeah, well, I could come in saying, "Hey, I'm just a passerby." Like, what the fuck are you doing? No.
I'm just a passerby with my gun. Hands in the air.
This is America. This is how this goes.
That's true.
Well, yeah,
Not
I could
back
just
then.
be I could just be a concerned citizen going, "Hey, what are you doing?" But then, why would I do that? Because I would assume this is criminal activity.
Okay, why don't you guys make a decision now because there's actually something going on.
This
The
is
The
too
gun
much.
is pulled out. The guy has his arms up and he says, "Look, I don't want any trouble. If you don't want to buy it, that's fine. I'm not gonna tell anybody about you. You don't tell anybody about me. That's how this works."
Wes is gonna throw a rock at one of them and hide behind a bush.
Oh my god!
We're fucking 12.
Full
We're
T.
12. It is 12.
All right. go ahead and roll your fight.
Oh, fuck, I'm so bad at fight.
You chose to throw a rock.
Why do you keep throwing things, Wes?
Roll your fight, and I
It's
would
what
like
I've
you
got.
to... I would probably roll compassion.
Yeah,
And is this a challenge to your statement?
I would say yeah. I
Okay.
would say yeah, because to him, compassion is a luxury. So he's going out on a limb here.
Okay.
to-
So go ahead
Okay,
and
getting shot.
mark a check on one of those boxes for
Okay.
compassion.
I've marked it.
Okay. And you can erase your statement because you're going to be rewriting it now.
Oh, fuck. I can't erase it.
That's fine. You
it's
can write it somewhere else. It doesn't
Oh,
matter. So
right,
long as
yeah.
You
I'll
can
write that somewhere
retype it,
else.
Elliot.
Yeah, and then
Fucker.
reprint it.
You can always just keep a list of all of them if you want.
Yeah.
Which could be nice. You can see like the path of your character.
All right, so you for challenges we triple the die score and then take one, and then
Yes.
we step it down for the rest of the scene.
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad I wrote that down.
Okay.
So you roll
For this dice pool.
normally.
Roll your fight
Okay.
and then roll 3 times the amount of dice for compassion. So your compassion is a D10.
Yeah.
So you're going to roll 3 D10 and a D4 for your pool.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
As well as other things if you have anything else.
Hard luck, maybe? But I don't know.
I
fuck.
would be okay with you rolling hard luck
Okay.
in either a good or a bad way.
I would say a bad way.
Okay, so add another D4 and take a
Yeah.
plot point.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Mark that. So 2d4 and then 3d10
Yep.
is what I'm rolling? Okay. Let me get my d10s.
3D10 and
The
2D4.
pretty ones.
And you pick the 2 highest.
I picked the 2 highest out of all of the rolls.
Yes.
That's a 9 and a 7, and then I rolled a bunch of 2s.
Nice.
A 9 and a 7? Okay.
Yeah.
You can also spend a plot point if you'd like to add a third die to your pool. Or a second, or 2 plot points to add a fourth die.
And would I be able to actually use those?
Yeah. It's just you basically, after you roll, you can decide and be like, oh, I want to use, like, I rolled 3 of these numbers are high. I want to use all of them, you know? Or I just need to add more, or want to add more.
Hold on, what's 9 plus 7?
It's
16.
16.
Yeah, that's right, okay. Yeah, duh, fuck.
Quick maths.
So,
Mental math.
fuck mental math. Yes, I think I'll spend a plot point and add a 2 to make it an 18. Just, because this was a dumb idea and I want it to
Yeah.
work out.
18, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you spent your plot point, made an 18. I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll my dice now.
Alright, and Elliot, remember for the rest of this scene, which I think Anthony will tell us when it ends, you've stepped down that value. So
Your
from a
compassion is a
D10,
D8 now.
you're, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna ask about that. Thank you, Devin. So it's a D8. Will it go? It'll go back up after the scene ends.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Do you have to do 5 challenges in order for it to up
Yep.
a step? Okay, yep.
You have to have a number of challenges equal to half your die type. So
Oh, okay,
since
yeah.
since Wes's compassion is a D10, he has to get 5. He has to challenge it 5 times before it raises to a D12. His hope is only a D4 though, so he only needs 2.
Right. Cool.
And you can decide what to rename your statement after you see how this turns out for you.
Yeah.
You duck out of the bush and chuck a rock.
This is so dumb. Like fucking 12.
Yeah. You guys are like super secret agents, special investigators. No rules apply to you, and you hide in a bush, throw a rock from the bush, and hide back in there. But you got an 18.
I did.
And
I threw that rock real good.
and he only got a 12. Or
Nice.
whatever my roll was. My roll was a 12.
Yeah.
You duck out and chuck the rock, whizzes through the air, and strikes this man right in the back of the head.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just a direct shot. You know that with the type of rock that or the weight of the
Was
rock.
it a sharp rock?
Did you kill the man?
Yeah, it just struck his temple. He just falls dead. No. No, you chuck the rock. It strikes him in the back of the head, and he immediately stumbles forward, and instinctively he pulls the trigger. He was aiming at the dude, but with the rock thrown, it kind of like goes off and strikes a tree. And the guy, confused for a moment, he jumps and moves behind a tree. It looks like he's about to just take off at this point.
Okay.
What about the
The
2
guy
other men
protecting.
with him?
The 2 others look around for a second. They're unsure of what exactly happened. One of them is holding like an iron bar, you know, classic just thug
Yeah.
type of a thing.
Tire iron.
Yeah,
He's got like an idle animation. He's just bopping.
Yeah. The idle animation. Yeah, the other's just T-posing.
He's slightly in the ground
Yes, like
and tilted to the side.
he's like vibrating in and out of the ground. Just every
It's
once in a while he
making
dips
this
down
god-awful
into
grinding noise.
it. Yeah, it's all the results of the alien tech. Little did we know that this will be the basis of all graphics engines in the future.
Somewhere, Todd Howard's great-great-grandfather comes across this scene.
But the other one, he reacts as well, looking around, trying to, figure out exactly where that came from.
Uh-huh.
He has the gun out and he spins around quickly and is looking around in the bushes. And at this point, why don't you roll your
What's our hiding in the bush skill?
discretion?
Okay.
And I would do compassion again, since this is still the same situation.
But it's a D8 now.
Yeah.
Do you know what your new statement's going to be?
We might find out.
No. I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
Yes! For
And
once
a
it is not I!
4. Oh, that's a 5. Yeah, my fucking new statement is compassion's for dummies.
Jeez. Let's see how this plays out before you do that.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting.
And since you can only challenge it once in a scene, then you actually no, you can challenge it as many times in a scene as you want, but you have to have a statement first before you can challenge.
Yeah.
All right, so that's another point in the conspiracy pool. That's 6 in there right now. Go ahead and take your plot point
Oh boy.
for that, and your total was 5.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and write down your complication is going to be a D6 and underscore. What do you think it should be? You can always throw out what you think the complication should be, or pitch one.
I mean, I don't.
With 12.
I mean, that was a really bad roll, so I imagine he gets discovered. Maybe he gets shot at.
Hey, I rolled a 1 too.
Oh yay! What does that mean?
Opportunity to get rid of the fucking...
I get rid of the complication. Yeah, sure.
You guys are so scared of like the potential. Of...
Yes!
Yeah,
Because I get them every 5 minutes!
So that's a plot point, and I'm back down to 2. Yeah, if I do that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, you just don't gain a plot point.
I already
rolling
wrote
your
it
one.
down. So now I do rewrite it. Okay.
All right. But his total was an 8.
Yeah, I mean, I got a 5.
Yeah.
We're discovered.
As he looks around, he definitely does. He looks down at the bush and sees your outline. You know, as well as you hide in a bush, it's still a dude in a bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you ever see the the animation for like especially some of the first Assassin's Creed games.
Oh yeah. Oh
You know,
yeah.
hilariously just like, excuse me, how am I hiding in this bush?
Yeah. Yeah, Wes is just crouched there. His face is red. He's sweating. He's like, "Oh God, what have I done?"
Walt's like giving him a look like, "Fuck you, buddy."
As he sees you, clearly he yells out, "Hey, who the hell is over there?"
No one.
Do you do that?
The other one rubs the back of his head and he has his gun out, and he kind of looks back for a moment trying to find out what happened, but then he immediately goes for the dude that he was talking with.
Oh, can I do a warning shot with my gun?
Yeah.
All right.
So what's your goal with the warning shot? To just...
The warning shot is to not shoot it directly at him, but to spook him. Because Wes did the fucking rock throwing thing.
Okay, so
and
you're trying to spook him. So
yeah, and I'm kind of like making don't go near him, stop pointing your gun at him, all that kind of stuff. Just trying to spook him.
yeah, go ahead and roll your bearing, since you're basically trying
Bearing.
to do an intimidate type of a thing.
Oh,
And then what value would you like to use? Unity, compassion.
Unity. I think I'll
Either
go
one of those
Unity,
could work.
because I'm following.
I would suggest Unity. Yeah.
Wes's lead here.
Is this challenging your statement?
Yes, actually, because
Yeah.
my statement is maybe loneliness is best for me, and
Okay.
right now I'm with a man in a bush, and I am standing with him in. Honestly, Yeah, okay.
All
I'll
right,
just roll
so
D4
you challenge it,
first.
so go ahead and erase your statement, or, do however you want to take care of your
Yeah.
statement.
Alright, so I
but
got
you do have to
4
change it.
for my D4, and then I'll just roll my D8 3 times.
Is there anything else you want to... I don't think there's anything else you can really add. You can add your, well, no, this isn't directly related to your investigation, unfortunately. It's secondarily related, you know?
It's secondary, so, yeah, on the trail, probably. Cameras, not really. Private investigator, probably not.
And what are your complications right now? So I can build my dice pool?
It's just fingerprints.
Okay, not relevant.
You're not relevant. So, I got a 6 and a 7
Okay,
for my 2
I got
eyes.
a 1 and a 3.
Nice!
Ooh.
Do you want to do anything with
So-
that one? Either one of you?
Can we do with ones again?
So we can get rid of a complication or make an opportunity.
Okay.
Well, it is the
Or
opportunity.
an opportunity, yeah.
Yeah, you spend your plot. You can spend a plot point to reduce your complication, and if it reduces it from a d6, then it takes it away. And or you can create a new d6 asset, or improve an existing asset.
Ooh.
An asset might be good.
If we
It
could
could be
get
that they're scared.
if
They're
we
scared?
could get this guy, okay.
That was just a suggestion. No, go on, Devin. I was just
If-
suggesting.
If we could get this guy that we're trying to save to talk to us, then his information then could become an asset or help improve probably my on the trail asset maybe. But that's if we get him.
Well, you
if
can't
we save him.
use it to improve on the trail. On the trail just
Okay.
improves itself as you fail.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I would like to make an asset, but what I'm going for we would need to save him first, and we haven't got to that point yet.
You can do that though. You can create a d6 asset.
An asset and just not name it.
You could just name it something like gaining trust.
Okay. Gaining trust asset, right?
You can just declare that, and basically you've added that in, like you've basically manipulated my NPC in a minor way, and that's fine because that's the point of the system.
All right. But does this mean this asset only applies to this particular character?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's basically just a resource you can use,
All right. I got a
and we can name it later.
I got a 13.
You know, we can even later on we can even just name it if he becomes an ally. We can just rename it to his name.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gaining trust. D6. So I got a 13
Okay.
for your 4.
All right. So you fire off the warning shot. And the man who was aiming the gun at the bush, asking, who's there. Suddenly he kind of backs off just a bit. He lowers his gun and he kind of looks around, and you can tell he's kind of getting a little more paranoid. Like, boss, I think we should get out of here. There's more people in this park than we thought.
There's at least 2 men in this bush. One who is able to throw a rock, and also
he
has
has
a
more
gun.
rocks.
The one with the tire iron, he kind of ducks behind a tree himself. They're not sure exactly where anything's coming from, except for the one who noticed somebody was in the bush. But he says, who knows how many of them there are? The cops could be everywhere.
Yeah, they could be surrounded or whatever.
And the boss, he stops for a moment and
Scatter.
scatter.
Yes.
Calls out, I'll be back for you, Kenny. And they begin to basically scatter and run off.
His name is Kenny. I'm gonna put that down.
I'm gonna wait for them to go and then stand up and say, "You can come out now."
We are the Bushmen. We're bush rangers. We're here to save you from the government and steal things.
You guys are like the highest order of the government in this world.
Yeah, but we're still us.
As you say, you can come out now. Do you guys get out of the bushes yourselves?
Yeah.
Wes is. At
Okay.
least, yeah. He gets out.
Get out of the bush. You got some
not a
leaves
fan
like
of
stuck to you.
bushes.
Brushes
Yeah.
himself off.
You get out of the bush and brush yourselves off. You see, it takes a couple seconds, but the man from before comes out from behind the tree.
Wes throws a rock at him.
Stop throwing rocks!
Once you get the taste, you'll never go back.
I can stop anytime I want.
As he's throwing rocks.
I'm gonna throw a fucking intervention, and the invite's gonna be on a rock.
Oh shit, that's the one way to get to him. Okay, I'm gonna approach Kenny.
All right, the guy he looks around, seeing you now that you're out of the bush anyway, Says, it's lucky you guys came along, I guess.
That's
What were you guys doing out here in the back of the park?
Going for a
well.
stroll.
As a matter of fact, we were investigating some stuff.
No.
No, would you shut up and let me talk?
No, Walt's doing the like the cut off motion with his hand in his neck. Like no.
All right, fine. I won't. Do you have something you want to say?
I'm just saying, we're looking for the same thing he's selling. Eyebrow raise.
Yeah, I was.
Don't invest.
All right, you guys are consulting with each other as he's standing there.
Trying to say, we were looking for some stuff, and maybe you can help with that.
Yes.
Kind of arches an eyebrow. What do you mean stuff?
Stuff, you know.
Like in a mansion.
Yeah, you know. We're
Valuable?
collectors of sorts.
Yeah.
You know.
Talking about the mansion. So you heard about that business
Yeah, you
with the
can say
Murphy
that.
boys.
With the Murphy boys. Oh no. Does Nate have brothers?
That's just the gang name.
That's
They're
okay.
the Murphy boys.
All right.
They didn't get to vote. You just said you're the Murphy boys now.
Johnny loved it.
I woulda. Yeah, you know, just interesting things, and I'm gonna just kind of show him the necklace, but not just discreetly,
Okay.
it's in my hand. I'm not really fully showing it to him.
Yeah.
But stuff kind of like this. Yeah.
Yeah, give him a taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Business I was trying to conduct with those boys over there before they started pulling their arms out.
Well, we're a lot more polite than they are.
Yeah.
I can tell. Got a
Rock throwing aside. We're not
mean
that
arm to you right there. You play ball?
You have to at this point.
yeah.
'Cause you keep throwing.
Sure. Yeah, sure. That could be true about him.
Wes is one
Yeah.
of those guys who defends the sport of baseball when people are like, nothing happens, it's boring, and he's like, no, it's not true. It's a good sport. And
It's an American pastime.
it's an American pastime, and
It's the one thing that gets him riled up.
yeah. I don't know if people smack talk baseball back in the 40s though. I feel like it was more respected back then than now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
everything was pretty boring back then, so
He says, yeah, I think I recognize that little bitch you got there on that string.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you
We're,
do, huh?
we're dealing with criminals. We gotta remember that.
Yeah, bought it off this really nice lady.
Yeah?
Yeah, clairvoyant. I had to pay a pretty penny for it, but
I don't blame her. Stuff like that. You know what it does?
She described some of it to me, but I mean, I don't know how much I want to take her word for it. She was a bit kooky, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, some of this stuff washed out on the riverbed, and I got it in good authority that I got the ins to that mansion up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Murphy's boys were after it. It's got to be worth something. They didn't really go after just little things.
Have I heard of them? Could it be reasonable that I would have?
I
No, I can just do that
Okay,
myself.
I have the transcript
Yeah,
of
those
Nate
Murphy boys, huh?
So I know something, but I don't know if these are exactly.
I'm pretending to know something.
Yeah, alright.
That's what I do. I'm pretending to know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
just play
definitely wouldn't
along,
go
say
after
the
just
same
nothing.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nodding.
They sure wouldn't.
So you looking?
Yeah.
You gonna buy some of
Yeah.
this?
Most definitely.
All right. You should be able to flip it over for a pretty penny if you know the right people. If you know what I mean.
Oh, I wink. I think I might. Wink.
And he kind of he motions to you guys. All right, follow me.
Does he have a big trench coat on?
No.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Is he two men in that trench coat?
Oh God.
It's the bottom one named Kenny and the top one named not Kenny.
Not Clint. You mean? This is the same character from before. It's just reversed. Now not Clint is on the bottom.
And Kenny's up top.
When you met him before, Kenny was the one on the bottom. Oh my God. He motions to you guys. Says, "Here, follow me. The merchandise is just down here. I mean, bring it. Meetings like this, you can't trust them."
Yeah, no, you gotta be careful. Guys like that for sure.
Yeah, you're damn right. You can't trust them. Not that
No,
you can
you
trust
can't.
me that much further, but I'm not the one pulling
Yeah.
guns on people.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
for trying to do business, make an honest living.
Yeah. So rude of them.
So rude.
Yeah, you're damn
Men
right.
like that have no class.
You're damn right they don't.
I like Kenny.
Kenny's great. I didn't even have to roll my asset for him.
You can name that asset Kenny if you want.
Alright, so he's on Alley now?
Do we put him in our inventory?
I mean, he's an asset because you guys spent a plot point to create it, and so it's
Yeah.
implied that there's some good blood between you guys, and it makes sense narratively.
Yeah. Okay. Let's follow Kenny.
He kind of leads you down again, just kind of talking about generally the criminal underworld. You just kind of
Yeah.
like nod along, you know.
Yeah,
At least, but
nodding,
he's
agree with him.
talking lightly about it, and you're not sure he's that deep into the like super black markets of the
Yeah.
criminal
But
underground.
I'm showing him like respect anyway. I'm
Yeah,
feeding
yeah.
his ego is what I'm
Mm.
doing.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. But he leads you down the river a bit, and you see, as he brings you forward, you see down there kind of where the trees meet the river, you see some like sparks. Like some like shining stuff laying.
Right. Glinting light.
Glinting
Kind of
light,
thing.
yeah, off of
Yeah.
the last remnants of the sun as it is leaving, setting.
It's
It
leaving
leaves.
back its
It
bags.
goes goodbye.
It'll come back in another 12
It
Have
hours.
to
goes
find
to
a new
bed.
solar system.
Yeah. Fuck this, I'm out.
The moon could deal with you bitches.
He leads you down there, and you see shining close by the river. As you get closer, you see like pieces of metal. Again, like the kind of chrome plating on them, but you see like some streaks of like red in them as well. You see as you get closer, you see one of the pieces actually like glows very faintly every once in a while. Just
Ooh.
once every like 30 seconds, it'll just like light up just slightly and then go back to an inert state.
Very cool.
At this point, you realize that piece that she had seems to be a part of one of these bigger pieces, as you see others like it.
Oh.
So we're looking
is the
at like
weird
washed
necklace
up.
reacting?
It's not reacting. What, Devin?
So are we looking at like washed up debris of like maybe a crash or something?
Maybe. Do you want to roll to see if you recognize anything?
Would I have to spend a plot point?
To roll?
No.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't we add another conspiracy die?
You might roll well.
What do I need to roll, Anthony?
Roll your
Um,
interface, since this
alright.
has to do with gray tech.
Yeah. Interface. Kenny.
You
The
can add Kenny.
asset?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that's my D6. Interface is also a D6. And what value? Truth or trust?
Truth?
Sure.
Truth. I'm trying to find the truth. Okay. Which is a D10.
You can add your private investigator and your on the trail.
On the trail. So that's 3d6 I have to roll. Okay. I got 2 8s.
Ooh.
Yes. D8 and D10, and now my 3d6s, which I only have 1. I'm getting more dice. Oh, thank God. I didn't roll a 1. But I did get a 16.
Okay. Looking over all of this, trying to discern exactly what it is, it doesn't look like pieces of a ship, from what you can tell. You can even just tell that from the time that you spent up in the flotilla, even just as an informant. It doesn't look like pieces of a ship by any means. With an 18, which is twice as much as what I rolled, I'll say that you happen to have seen something like this a long time ago. When you were, well, long is relative, a few months ago, I'll say. Because, well, again, this whole alien situation has only been happening for a year, so nothing has been too long ago.
Yeah.
One of your investigations ended a little abruptly as you were taken off of it, because it kind of went above your pay grade a bit.
Of course.
Investigating a potential incursion. A potential
Of an
of
enemy.
the specifically you got the feeling that you were getting a little close to the enemy of the alien race of the Greys that took over their entire civilization, destroyed them.
Yeah.
The biggest fear is that they'll find them here on Earth.
Okay. Do we have a name for them?
So the Greys never really had their real name. They just called them what roughly translates to the Sprawl, because they kind of just spread everywhere.
All right, the Sprawl. So that's kind of like how we know the enemy.
Yes, and they're very much just an unknown force, even by most of the Greys.
Okay, so
all that's really known is that they are a supreme threat, and they're really they closed off a lot of the channels in space specifically so they couldn't be followed here. But every once in a while, an agent from the Sprawl manages to get here, and
have they tried making friends?
Just like the Greys
they kind of destroyed their empire, Elliot, so they're not gonna try and make friends.
Maybe it was a misunderstanding.
And just like the Greys are able to take the guise of humans, the Sprawl also have that technology, so it kind of adds to the what do you call it, the paranoia of this whole setting. Is that anybody could be anybody. Not only is this the beginning of the Cold War on Earth, where you're legitimately worried about Soviet interruptions and everything, but now there's also the Greys are everywhere, and on top of that, the Sprawl. There could be an agent anywhere.
So, on top of having a dead informant in the form of Clint William, we now have a dead point agent who was also a Grey, and now we have evidence of the Sprawl, not their ship, but of their technology here on Earth.
And this brings to mind, when you were an informant, when you were investigating something, you got a little too close to a potential Sprawl agent and were immediately taken off. The thing that you saw was a piece of tech. And I'm giving you this because of the roll that you made. You got an 18, and I only rolled an 8. You saw a piece of tech but right before you were taken off and given another job, another task. Although there was a good week where you didn't have a task. But the piece of tech that you saw was, according to one of the Greys who you were talking to about it, a weapon of the Sprawl that they found up in the flotilla.
And if we have seen the Sprawl technology kill our human, essentially.
But that's what this whole thing reminds you of, is the Sprawl technology.
Okay.
And most likely a weapon based on how it's all laid out. Although how it works, it's kind of above your human mind.
How much money does the point give me for missions?
Enough to live and get a little bit of spending. You're building up a savings. Let's say that. It's pretty comfortable.
What if I need to buy certain things? Because they're illegal.
Would they comp us if, we bought this stuff?
Bring the receipt.
Do we need to bring the receipt?
They probably would if it was specific to the agency. But remember, I really don't care about dealing with money, as a GM.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
You know, there's a reason that your character sheet doesn't have, a money section, because it doesn't matter. If money comes up, it'll be made as either an asset or a complication.
Okay.
If it comes up as a bad thing, or, And none of you guys have distinctions that have to do with money, but if you did, it would still just be a dice representation.
Right.
Because everything in Cortex Plus is represented by a die type, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, it is
All right,
nice.
so we definitely need to secure this technology.
We can always pool money for the time being.
I guess. So we need to secure this, and probably the way we're going to have to secure it is buying this stuff from him and then
we
buying
could kill Kenny. I'm joking.
Or I'm sorry, what was it? Torture him?
I forgot the word for interrogation, okay?
Right, let's tie him up. I can't think of a torture device.
Well,
I can't even think
we
of
got
one.
a weapon right here.
Let's...
There are some waterboarding.
Let's start waterboarding. There's a river right by
There's a
there.
river
Come
right
on.
there.
Oh.
Come on.
Someone can sacrifice their jacket.
Jesus Christ.
But as you look over
bad
this, and you're kind of debating on what to do, Kenny brings up, so are you interested in any of this? This is interesting stuff, to say the least.
No kidding.
Maybe it could go in a museum of some kind. I don't
Yeah,
know
we're
how they deal
definitely
with all that.
interested.
Personal collection, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
From what I've seen, this
so-
stuff can do some weird stuff.
No kidding.
And like I said, Murphy's boys were after it.
Yeah, we're definitely interested in this stuff in particular.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All
Can
right.
I kind of close and just kind of look it over, or at least look like I'm looking it over?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
touch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, how much are you thinking?
Oh, for something like this, something so secretive, I suppose, something so coveted by other such entrepreneurs as myself.
We're about to be swindled.
Oh, now hold on.
I would say like 200. Fair.
I mean, you're right. It is secretive and coveted. But like the thing is, don't really know what any of it does.
Can we do a payment plan?
No payment plans. None of that bullshit. So I don't know, 200 for some stuff, and I mean it's some good stuff, but we'd have to test it, figure out what it's doing. How about, say, I'm trying to think of what a reasonable drop to haggle would be. 170.
Is this just Elliot bad at haggling in real life?
Yeah, this is Elliot bad at haggling. Yeah.
Can we
the problem is I chose to play a grifter, but I'm dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Can we roll to see how well he does at this? Because Elliot's bad at it innately.
Elliot, roll. That's the great thing about role-playing games. You can play someone who's completely different than you, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to be all charismatic and know how to play the lute to play a dope bard.
Right.
In D&D. But you can, unless your GM is a dick.
Alienate them, dick GMs.
We want them to be alienated.
They deserve to be alienated. Yes, go ahead and roll your influence.
Okay. Can I invoke my deception speciality thing? I don't know what the fuck's up with that.
Your specialty?
I just have deception. Yeah, my specialty is deception. And
deception's more about lying and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I am lying about being a collector.
No, I would say
okay,
no.
That's fine. Influence, okay.
Yeah, because you're more just, you're haggling, which would be a separate specialty.
Can you, do you have like I could use your distinction. Are you a is that one of your...
I am a grifter, yeah, that's my distinction. I was going to ask next if I can apply that.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Of course you can.
So
you can apply grifter, you can apply influence, and what value?
Identity or truth?
Maybe identity?
Not truth at all.
Yeah, no.
Why identity?
Because this is what I do.
Yeah, because this is kind of like a core aspect of your character.
This is the thing I do. I fucking haggle and swindle with people and shit.
And your identity is
6.
Not marked on this character sheet.
It should be.
So it's 6. Okay.
Did you have my updated one?
No.
You should just download my updated one.
No.
Why not? You can actually read that one. Oh no, I brought up my bag. Fuck.
Elliot has very bad handwriting, everyone.
It is.
I'll keep this. I'll keep this too. I can always upload it myself for the audience to see.
Yeah. Thanks. So it's
D6.
Yeah, it's a D6. Yeah.
Okay, so roll all of that. And is there anything else you can apply to it?
I don't think so. I don't know like how the weird necklace would apply, unless I use it as a demonstration of like I got this thing and I don't know what it does.
Can we use the Kenny asset?
Yeah.
Okay, what's Kenny's asset? Is he a 6 too?
It's D6.
That's not fair. I'm sure Kenny's at least a 7.
Wow. But yeah, you can definitely add him because he kind of like trusts you a bit more since you did save his life.
Yeah. Okay. Oof.
Did you roll a 1? Did you roll 2
Oof.
1s? Did you roll 3?
Like
how many 1s did you roll?
No, I didn't roll well. I only rolled 1 1. So a 1 and then 2 4s and a 2. So 8.
And
Can I spend like a plot point to add a 3rd die?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I'm gonna do that and add my 2, so it's a 10.
Okay. And you gained a plot point anyway for rolling the 1.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So I don't even have to erase this. All right.
Yeah. So you rolled a what?
10.
10.
Total.
And then I also
10.
have. Yeah, I have a 1.
Well, that's a 6. And then write down. You now have a D6 complication.
Yes.
Do you know what it might be?
No.
Okay. We can figure it out later.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You try to talk him down. You two have a little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Walt, you might just be like taking pictures of stuff in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm taking if I can get away with it, I'm taking pictures of the technology.
He doesn't care. He doesn't.
Okay.
He's not paying attention to what you're doing.
All right, nice. Yeah, then I'm taking pictures of the tech and all that kind of stuff. Of it glowing, of it not glowing, what it is doing in the river bit, all that kind of stuff.
But eventually you talk him down a bit, and you end up at a price point
that Anthony will think of now while we are chatting.
Matter. It doesn't matter what the number is.
Right. So we haggle.
Yeah.
And then
I guess who's paying?
I assume
is it me?
Pay?
Yeah.
I say we pool our money, like we split it. the assumption we'll get comped for it.
Okay. That's fine.
As they leave with their new alien tech, they realized they never got a receipt. No reimbursement.
So does he just like pull out duffel bags and start loading this up?
It's less than $200.
He no, he's talking about the
the tech.
The device, yeah, the tech.
Yeah.
We could probably just call it in.
But he starts, flipping through his money that you guys, pay, and says, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Please contact me again whenever you want.
Yeah.
And he kind of gives you a general, like an address. I'm usually found here.
Good to know, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
You're quite the businessman.
We've got Kenny's address. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, it's like a motel, like off in somewhere else.
I immediately order 100 pizzas to be delivered as soon as we leave. I'm on the payphone.
Oh my god. We do that before we call it in.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta do this.
But yeah, how you're gonna get this out, you're not sure, but you know that you can call basically the cleanup crew to come get it.
Yeah, okay.
And to be brought back and researched later.
Yeah, definitely should do that.
Or at least taken to safety, since you can tell that even a piece of this can be extremely dangerous to somebody who finds it.
Mm.
Yeah, as poor Madame Caroline.
But now you're left with the only thing you have left to do is investigate the mansion itself. You're unsure of where this tech came from, why it's here, or what it has to do with this mansion. And there's still the mystery of where Peter is.
Oh boy.
Hey everybody, and thanks so much for listening. It really means a lot to us that you're here checking us out. It's funny, this was actually supposed to be the finale to this pilot episode of Among Us. Instead, I sat there in the editing room looking at the 2.5 hours of content we had, and I realized I should probably split this in half. But if you're enjoying the content, come back to see the actual finale next Friday at this same time for Among Us. And if you're also enjoying it, Monday, we have our show Treasure Ball. That's a lot of fun. But please subscribe to whatever podcasting service you use, comment, leave a review. It really helps us out a lot. And come back next time. Follow us on social media. We're on quite a lot of them. And come join our Discord server to come hang out with us. That one I will definitely say something to you in. Tweet us at Deep Fried Dice with the hashtags Deep Fried Dice and give me some cred along with your favorite parts of our recordings to get a shout out. Visit our website, deepfrieddice.com, for some extras, and have a great night.